Hi everybody from San Antonio, Texas. I'm Paul Bryan, your humble and obedient servant, here with Lauren Fix, the car coach. And our mission today is a pleasant one.
Yes, we get the lovely opportunity of test driving the 2016 Infiniti Q50S. This is the key.
Let me tell you, this is quite a remarkable. I feel like Paul being struck from the horse on the road to Damascus with this car.
Right. Well, we sit down typically and they talk to us about these cars and we learn about them and then we go drive them.
Yeah.
But I think we hear this so much. Oh, our car's the best at this and that, and it's got this much horsepower.
And DNA. We always hear about DNA.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
But I think when you get in the car, we kind of, in our heads, clear our brains and go, okay, let's see what it is.
Which usually isn't a big job, but nevertheless, we do. We try to look at every car with a clean slate and say, okay, we know what they did before,
right?
But we want to see what they did this time,
right?
And whether or not it's not like we want to do a comparison to what they did before, because if that was so darn good, they'd still be building it.
Exactly.
So these are levels of improvement that every manufacturer goes through.
Right.
This is not a level of improvement. This, for me, is a big leap.
I think it's a big leap as well. I mean, they did a lot of changes to it, but mostly it's stuff you wouldn't like walk up to and go, wow. The one thing you will know is that when you drive it, you can see the difference, especially when you go for those really cool engines. There are 4 engine choices this time, too.
Everything from a 2-liter engine that makes, I think it was 208 horsepower. We'll put the specs for you right down here so you can see the specs on the basic 2-liter engine. And all of these are available in either 2-wheel drive or all-wheel drive configurations.
Go for the all-wheel drive.
It just makes sense.
All wheels driven.
The entire industry is really embracing all-wheel drive for a reason.
Right.
And it's not even just the appeal for the northern tier states. It's everywhere.
It's not about snow. It's about performance. So when we drive this car,
wait, we're still talking about engines here.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't want to give it all away because we're going to talk about it in the car.
Well, I know that, but I still want to tease a little bit here. I'm such an engine tease. So we go from the 2-liter engine up to a 300 horsepower V6 up to a 400. Quattrocento.
Well, that's Italian. This is not Italian. It's Japanese.
No, but it drives like one. It feels like one. It feels very European.
Right.
So I'm excited to tell you what I felt in driving this car. So why don't we go out and...
Well, before we do that, I want you to stay with us.
I just thought we were going to do that.
Well, I want you to stay with us because we're going to answer this trivia question at the end of the video. There was 1 year, just 1 year, from September 53 to current day that they did not produce a Corvette. Do you know what that is? Answer the question at the bottom. The first person to get that answer will receive a bag fix sent to them from thebagfix.com. So stay with us on that.
You're not going to kick in with a book?
Nah, they get the book. You want the bag fix.
You do want the bag fix.
You want the bag fix. Cool. Everyone that has one loves one. So let's take it for a spin.
Okay.
All right.
This morning we started with a presentation about the car at about 8 o'clock, and they gave us about a 35-40 minute briefing on the car. They're usually pretty dry. No, they're usually parched. This morning it kind of got my attention because now all of a sudden they're talking about 4 completely different engines in this car, ranging from a 2-liter engine all the way up to a fire-breathing 400 horsepower R model. Red Sport is what they're calling it. So I went, okay, great, and we're kind of jaded when we get into the car a little bit, and I'm thinking, okay, well, we're cool, we know how to drive and all that. And there's so many systems that are built into cars right now that normally if you go ahead and you say, hello, I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and see what's there on the first pop. So I did the first pop out of the parking lot of the hotel. And all of a sudden, the rear end stepped out on me. You instinctively go back into
Leadfoot Paul,
dialing in some opposite lock. Yeah, I mean, she's the one who's always telling me that that she's built for speed and I'm built for comfort. I like the speed, believe me, I like the speed a lot. But nevertheless, the rear end stepped out on me nice because they had them set up in full sport mode. How cool is this? This is a luxury driver's car. No mistake about it. If you want to get into a car that's going to absolutely get your attention, turn you into an involved, active participant in what's going on, where you can start feeling what's going on through, you know, the new steering system that they've got there. They had a guy there who developed the power steering system for this. This has been 10 years of his life. And you think to yourself, well, geez, you know, wouldn't they, you know, that's something that I probably could have done in 7. It was worth the extra 3 years for this guy, because the steering is really precise. It's really good. It takes out road noise. It takes out a lot of the stuff that you normally feel through the steering wheel. It's very precise. You can, and then all of the different combinations. There are 360 different combinations of suspension settings, driver settings, all of the different adaptability things that you can build into this car.
Did we try all 300, Paul?
No, we did not, because, you know, we only had one day with it in San Antonio, and as a matter of fact, my union only allows me to test up to 260 combinations in a single day, and we would have had to stay longer. So
that could be okay, because what do we
that.
love? What do we love
Hey,
about
do
Texas?
I interrupt your part?
We're going to. What do you love about Texas?
What do I love about Texas? I love everything about Texas. I love the people. I love the brisket. I love that women wear jeans here better than anywhere else on earth. Yeehaw. And I love what happened when I stepped on the gas on this car. This is a car. This is a place to own it. I'll let Lauren get into all of the other stuff. I'm just so excited about having an exciting driver's car to be behind the wheel. Nicely played, Infiniti. You guys, you can take the rest of the week off.
So it's my turn to jump into the driver's seat, and I was really looking forward to it. First things first, when Paul got in it and he trounced on it, and he wasn't really that aggressive, I was blown away.
Hey, I am, don't you minimize my aggression.
The rear end broke loose, only because it really is that aggressive. So when you're thinking, oh, it's an Infiniti, it's not going to have the performance, this car has the performance. Now, I'm driving it in Sport Plus. There's a Sport mode, an Eco mode, even a Snow mode. It's all-wheel drive. So you're competing against all the Germans, plus Acura, you know, plus Lexus. But I think this is more German than it is Japanese, which is what I said about the QX60. Now, one of the things I really like about this car is the fact that the technology is there. There's all kinds of adjustments, which to me is nice, because I like, what, Paul? What do I like?
She's speed, and I'm about comfort, and she likes lumbar support.
Lumbar. There's good lumbar on the driver's side. However, no lumbar on the passenger side.
Oh, woe is me. I'm suffering here with no lumbar. Wah, wah.
Oh, he'll live. Trust me. But one thing I like is the navigation screen is different from the audio system. So you're not ever stopping the navigation, which a lot of times when you're trying to, you know, adjust the radio to whatever you want, maybe you're listening to your own media, you lose the navigation screen on a lot of different brands. This is a totally separate, standalone, dedicated navigation screen, which is 3D, and I really, really like it. It even shows speed limits. When you get to the center of this is where you're looking at the audio system and all the technology and the apps. There are a ton of choices. Take a look. Now you can see there are all these choices. You can set it up any way you want, including those 300 different options that Paul was talking about for, saying, the steering or the suspension, or
360.
360. I guess that's like in degrees, but we only did 260 of them. No, I'm driving it in Sport Plus. That's how I prefer it. Of course, if you're driving in colder climates, you're probably going to want to change to snow tires. But these are all-season performance Dunlop run flats that have this really cool foam inside to help take away some of the road noise. They've done a nice job, and you can really feel the difference in the new adaptive steering. It's digital, it's computerized. This is the gateway to autonomous cars, taking this information instead of with cameras, using the steering and the brakes and every component. But right now it's steering by wire, it's gas by wire, there's no brake by wire. We're not going to see that, thank God, very soon. I'm a little concerned about that. Back to seating comfort, visibility is good. I really like this car. I wish it came in a manual, but that's just a personal choice. The automatics shift much faster. This is a 7-speed, whether you're getting the 2-liter turbo, whether you're going with the 300 or the 400
horsepower or the hybrid. Backseat wise, lots of space, nice sized trunk. This car has got some style, it's got class, its finish is nice soft touch interior. I think they did a nice job. Like I said, the only thing I can think of is lumbar on the passenger side. It'd be nice to have a manual option, maybe even in the 2-liter turbo for those of us that like manual transmissions. But overall, I think this is great. I would love to see air-conditioned seats. We're deep in the heart of Texas. Again, Paul likes a lot of things in Texas. Check out some of these things. The ice cream, the girls, the cowboy boots.
The brisket.
The brisket, the barbecue. The people are great. Love the yes, sir, and yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Love it. Love it. So you probably do need air-conditioned seats in the lower half of the country. There is heated steering wheel, but all the controls are in front of you. They've done a nice job, and I think we don't know the pricing yet. We don't have any fuel economy numbers. When they do come in, I will put them down below, but we got a nice vehicle here.
So as you can see, we were pretty darn impressed with this car.
I know, when you drive this, you're thinking it's another Japanese performance car, but it wasn't.
No, my takeaway on the thing is that it really wraps you in a nice level of luxury. I like the interior appointments on the car. I love the styling on the car. I always have loved the styling on the car, and now they've amped that up. The new wheels that they're using.
19s, they look good. The 19s look good.
They look great there.
Run flats.
The interior treatments are really nice. I like the new technology that's in there.
What didn't you like, Mr. Bryan? Got to make them think. That's tough.
Yeah. I think that the driver's seat could have gone lower, but you see, but here's my problem.
That's because you're tall.
I'm 6'3", but I've got like 29-inch legs. I've got these little dwarf legs that I have to deal with. So all of my length,
we all have our problems.
All of my length is in my torso, so I really can't gig a car for that.
Right.
But for me, if I would have had a little more headroom, it would have been nice. Other than that, I mean, this is a car I'd be proud to own.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for me, I thought I have longer legs and shorter torso, so I kind of like the seat a little lower. Air-conditioned seats would have been nice.
Yeah, that too.
But really, I mean, overall, I really like the styling, the new center stack. They've done a nice job overall. And competing with the Germans, you're looking at an entry-level A4 or a 320i. If you're looking at the entry-level engine for this, I think you've got some serious competition. And you got to remember, these cars are built properly. I've been to the factory, and they're built with this IBAS system, which is all computer generated. It's really, really cool. If you get an opportunity to go to the factory or look it up on their website, I'm sure they have it.
They've got to have
I'm sure they've got tons of info on it.
At the time that we're shooting this, we have not been given the new pricing.
Right.
But they aren't going to be making a quantum leap in price for this. So if you take a look at what the old prices are, and as soon as they're put out, as soon as they tell us, come on back and visit us again, and we'll have all of that information down for you as well.
Right, and these are going to be in dealership very soon by the time you see this. Also note that if you do take one for a test drive, we love your comments. We love your feedback as we do in any of our videos.
Yeah.
Please watch the other ones. Comments are great. Whether you own the car, you went and took it for a test drive, you bought it, why you didn't buy it, why you think it's a great choice.
Sure.
But if you're looking at a BMW, an Audi, or Mercedes, an Acura, a Lexus,
you've really got to put this into your competitive set.
Absolutely.
And don't fool yourself into thinking that you've got to go take a look at the 400 horsepower, all-in thing.
No, even the 2-liter turbos.
Exactly.
A really nice vehicle with good fuel economy.
Exactly.
And we were getting about 23.9 miles to the gallon. Again, the real fuel economy numbers, once they're released, will be down below. And that was in the 400 horsepower car.
Hey, we got $25 a barrel oil right now. Who cares, right?
Right. Now, the answer to the question. Do you know the answer to the question? There's only 1 year they did not produce a Corvette.
It was in the dark years.
It was in the dark years. Should we let them wait and figure it out and answer to win the bag fix?
Figure it out and let us know.
Send us. The first person to reply will get a bag fix sent to them. We'll just need you to, we'll email you and get your address.
Put your comments down below.
Subscribe.
If during the week you want to catch up with us, you can always find me on Facebook. It's just Paul Bryan, Paulbrian.
And then your Twitter?
And then I tweet at the Paul Bryan. Real simple.
And I tweet.
You're even more simple.
I tweet at my name, Lauren Fix, at Lauren Fix, laurenfix.com. Sign up for that free newsletter, and please subscribe. Check out some of our other videos. We've got some really great videos of all kinds of cars, all price ranges. If you're looking for it, we've probably driven it.
And on top of that, if this is your first visit, look back, but also stop by often as well. That's why subscribing is such a really good idea, because we've got so many cars that we've got coming up here.
Chrysler Pacificas, Kia Sportage, Cadillacs, you name it, we do it, and we review product as well, so you will see some really cool stuff.
So, from San Antonio, from about 100 yards away from the Riverwalk, why don't we walk the river?
At Hotel Emma, too. You got to check out Hotel Emma.
It's very cool. It's the old Pearl Brewery Company.
Yeah.
So
let's go take a walk on the river.
I'm in.
All right. Thanks
so
for
much.
watching.
So long, everybody.